A Fox News alert, another American journalist beheaded by ISIS, and this morning President Obama is speaking out for the first time in Estonia.
It's not only that we're going to be bringing to justice those who perpetrated this terrible crime against these two fine young men. More broadly, the United States will continue to lead.
Continue to lead, but has the president been leading at all? Iraq War veteran and Congressman Adam Kinzinger joins us right now from Washington, D.C. Congressman, you actually have been more of a leader on this. Back in January, you were calling for airstrike ISIS. The president didn't do that until the last couple of weeks.
No, you know, this has been growing for a very long time. There's still, I think, parts of the administration that like to act as if this is something brand new, that, you know, with the beheading of James Foley, it's the first time we've heard about this. This has been going on for a long time. In fact, the Iraqi government asked Washington for some help in trying to resist this resurgence a year ago. And we saw in January when what appeared to be al-Qaeda but actually ended up being ISIS marched into Fallujah and raised the black flag over Fallujah. That was the time to stop them. There were 1,500 of them then. Today we're in the 20,000, 30,000 range, including 1,500 foreign fighters. And guess what? If we don't do anything major now, it's going to double and triple in the near future.
Absolutely. The president last week, and I'm sure your jaw dropped just as many did when he said, we don't have a strategy when it comes to ISIS. Well, this morning he essentially said, well, we do have a strategy. It's to destroy ISIS. And then he continued on for a little while, and then he said, well, actually, the goal is to manage ISIS. Which is it? Is it destroy or manage? Can you do both?
I think that's the big question. Are we going to contain ISIS or are we going to crush ISIS? And the president has not answered that. I think he's so hesitant to get involved with something. He's so hesitant to exercise American leadership that you see somebody like Prime Minister David Cameron out, you know, exercising that kind of strength of leadership that I'm glad he's doing, but our president should be doing as well. He needs to stand in front of the American people, quit using words like take a deep look, take a gander, figure out and start talking about what the issue is. Look, if you have cancer in your liver and it's spreading to other parts of your body, you don't just treat the parts it's spreading to. You have to treat the liver or this thing's going to kill you eventually. He needs to stand in front with that kind of clarity and say, look, nobody wants to get us into another military action, but unfortunately we can't choose the world we live in, and this is the world that we live in right now.
And to your point about that clarity and the president's leadership, we had on this program the Vaughn family. They lost their son, who was in SEAL Team 6 a while back. They're furious at the president. They say he should resign because of, among other things, this. Listen.
Right now, today, ISIS is a threat, Russia is a threat, China is a threat, but I will tell you today, the greatest security threat the United States of America faces resides at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue in Washington, D.C., by this president not having his head in the game.
So they say the president not focused.
Well, I don't think the president is focused, and of course my heart goes out to that family. I think he's more focused on what he wants to do domestically. I think he wants to fix the problems, what he perceives in America, and it's time for him to fix the problems of the world. America's a fantastic country. Are we perfect? Of course not. Right. But if we're not leading the world, somebody else is, and we've seen what that looks like. It ain't good.
Real quick before you go, why won't the Pentagon call this a war on ISIS? Because they're at war with us.
Look, the Pentagon has to answer to the president, and I think they've been very clear that we need to go into Syria as close as they can be, but ultimately they have to answer to the president. The president doesn't call it a war, they won't either.
He is the commander-in-chief. All right.
That's right.
Adam Kinzinger, a vet, we thank you very much for joining us live.